Welcome back, graduates. So there's two topics I want to mention here. First is the biggest thank you and from our team to you guys for becoming Ecomify fans and Ecomify users. So thank you so much. The second point is this documentation we have written for you guys. So please, it's everywhere on our website. It's also on the demo to find it easily accessible. Please sift through this documentation. We didn't just write this to just write it. It has almost every question that a customer has asked, and we've answered through here, in addition to videos, and we've tried to organize as much as possible. The thing is, this is a community theme, and this was basically created by you guys with all the features, settings, and sections. We have over 40 sections. The documentation is getting long, and we're still trying to organize it in the best way we can. But with each of the new requests and features, we have a description, we have a screenshot, and then we have like a video explainer with it, just in case, because we have a lot of options and settings within each of the features, and there's just a lot to it. So please, if you haven't, please check out the documentation. There's additional notes. All these questions have been asked by other previous Ecomify users. So that means that you might have that same question, but it's already answered for you guys. And this doesn't mean that we don't love emails from you guys. This is great. But as you may know, we always kind of refer you guys to the documentation first. So if that's not being answered, then come to us. And if you don't want to, sift through, oh my God, it looks so overwhelming. Guess what? There's a search. There is a search. So you can start typing in, bundles, and it'll populate everything that has bundles that are related to bundles, things like that. If you want to, type in the navigation, the nav bar, navigate here, that has to do with licensing, navigating through your Shopify dashboard. We even give documentation on that, the header, things like that, the mega menu. So everything is here. But again, reach out to us in our support at snippets or Ecomify at ecomgraduates.com, and we will still respond to you guys, because we take support very seriously. But it's almost like you guys are ignoring that we've spent all this time, in addition to developing the theme, the documentation for it. So please, there is a lot here to digest. Please. One last thing I want to mention to you guys: thank you so much for being Ecomify fans, and I know this might lose some potential customers, but I am going to state this: Ecomify is not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of moving parts to this, and you're gonna have to know the basics. You're gonna have to know that what a theme is. We're gonna help you out as much as possible, but there's only so much that we can do on our end. We do offer a consultation, that you can have for an hour long with us, one-to-one, personally, and ask any questions about Shopify, ask any questions about how to, properly design a theme, how to set up and configure, any questions about Ecomify theme, the speed, what goes here, what's the best way to have a beautiful landing page, all those questions, that is, we do have that. But it is a little bit of your responsibility too, to know how to set up. Like, for example, navigation here. The navigation, this is how you create a navigation. This is on your part. This is not on the theme side of it. Creating products, this is all about you creating the products. We do not touch the products. When you get a theme, just in general, from any other store, unless it is a, get a theme from us and you get 20 AliExpress products, you might get products that way. But that, I don't exactly know how they do that and how they source it. But most of the time, you're not going to have products and the theme together. So this is kind of your responsibility for it. Online store, we don't handle the shipping. We don't handle any of that kind of stuff. So right over here, the locations, you have to set this up, the shipping for each of the products. We can guide you as much as possible, but then that's going to take away also from developing new features and settings that are highly requested by you guys as well. So any support, any questions that are being answered takes us away from perfecting even more a really awesome and badass theme for you guys that can be answered in the documentation. And you know, we do also have documentation on the store speed. Do not, Glenn and other developers do not even know where Shopify speed is, where they're getting that from. And we have documentation on that. We have documentation on Google indexing. We have everything for you guys. We love you guys. Just please, if you can, go over the documentation. We'll add anything that, you know, is new to it. We pretty much basically keep that updated very, very well. We're already working on 3.3.2, I believe that is, or 4. I apologize. I need to change that to 4. But we've already started, you know, working on new features and settings, and we listen to you guys from our other platforms, the Discord or you know, the submit requests, things like that. We love you guys. Just wanted to let you guys know that, like, you do have to know a little bit about how a theme works. What a theme works. It is a skin. It is a functionality. With Dawn, with any other theme, not sure if you're able to ask all these questions and get immediate support with it. But like, for example, get to know that most common is, you know, feature products, and then a feature collections, and then a marquee, you know, moving text. We do have some really great unique features and settings here. Again, in our documentation, if you don't like, you know, the sliding thumbnails, we do have documentation on the product and in the theme settings, how to configure that and how to change it out if you want a different styling for it. Animations, we have how to turn that off. Oh, and how to create the quantity breaks. We have documentation on that too. But if there's anything that is different, then again, we'll add it and we will also answer to you guys, and then that way. But most of the time, all these have been questions by you guys, by the customers, and also from us. So again, thank you so much for being ecomify fans, and we hope that you continue enjoying all the updates.